Hey, how's it going, everyone? Just wanted to check in and do a race recap of the 2024 Richloam Enduro. So this Enduro consisted of 6 tests. It was a total of 65 miles. There was anywhere, I don't know the exact number, but between 280 and I think 300 participants. I came in 4th place in my class and 43rd overall, which pretty happy about. I really could have pulled off 3rd, but just really fell off. I was trying to conserve some energy, and it bit me. So it is what it is. But anyway, I started in row 6, and in the beginning I missed a couple of trailheads, blew by them off of the some of the straight roads that were faster sections, but the trail wasn't really burned in. But I actually like riding in the kind of virgin trail like that. What was surprising is there was a lot of palmetto roots everywhere, and when the trail wasn't burned in, they were kind of a surprise. Then you had some logs to cross, and yeah, that's all. Aside from that, though, the trail was fun, flowing. You're watching test 2, and this test had actually really bad palmetto roots in the first half, but the second half of this test was fun. It really flowed well, and I think it was probably my favorite test. Not sure, but anyway, let's talk about the race. So first 3 tests felt good, felt pretty fresh coming back to the truck. My big mistake was I was hot. I drank. I had a energy gel, but I didn't eat. I had some like beef jerky and like I said, some gels, but man, I couldn't get any food down because I was just too hot. Just didn't want to be bothered, and that bit me. Felt pretty good second set of tests, but by test 6 got there a little early and had to wait, and I think we just no cramps, nothing like that. I think the biggest thing for me was just the lack of energy because I didn't feel dehydrated. Maybe at the very end, like last mile or two, you start getting a little bit of those chills, but nothing too severe. I just, like I said, just ran out of energy. Had to sit in my truck a little bit after the race in the AC and eat some food, and then I was able to, get out and, pack up my bike and all that kind of stuff with help of my buddy, which that's my buddy's son that was just on the screen there. He came in, I think, 5th in his class, which is crazy when you think about it. He's riding 85 in these brutal conditions, and yeah, he did awesome. But anyway, let's move on to the bike. First time I'm racing the 24 YZ450FX. Yeah, I know. I said I wouldn't ride this bike in an Enduro. I like to keep you guys on your toes. Anyway, the bike did great. No issues at all with it. I stalled it a couple of times, but it only flamed out once. So, the stalling really errors on my part. I got the GYTR fan kit on here, and it only came on in the real slow sections. That's the other thing I'll touch on. This was a brutal race because of the temperatures. It got up to, I think, 96 degrees, and the feel like temperature was at 100 degrees by the end of the race. So yeah, but back to the bike, the fan only came on in the slow sections. The only issue that I did notice, and it's not the first time, is when you get lower on gas, the fuel boils. And it only boils over the head, so the fuel pump pickup is down by the rear shock. So I don't think it's boiling the whole tank. I mean, I could be wrong, but it never has any kind of starting issues regardless of this boiling fuel problem. And I've had, even when I stalled it, the fan was on, bike's in gear, fires right back up. I didn't have any issues where it wouldn't start or anything like that. But yeah, bike ran great. The only sacrifice was there was a stump. I was taking a right-hand corner and just obliterated my rear brake pedal. So I got to get a new one of those because it's crushed. I don't think I'm going to be able to salvage it, excuse me. But yeah, I just Really enjoyed racing the bike. It's really smooth initial throttle response in my soft map. Didn't tug my arms out of the sockets or anything like that. It was really smooth power delivery. Suspension still, I got to soften it up even more than I just did, because I still got about 3 inches of travel, and it holds up great. Like, so like here, like big hits and stuff like that, it feels great, but it's not as plush as the KYB, which I don't expect it to be. KYB, excuse me, my Race Tech KYBs on the KTM. But we're gonna still have to adjust the suspension a little bit, try and get it a little softer for this kind of stuff. But for hair scrambles and motocross, it's gonna be great. So no complaints with the bike at all. Did well. Fuel light comes on about 32 miles ish, and I do think it's probably not even should be coming on that soon, but because it's boiling over, not boiling over, I should say boiling the fuel, I think it's coming on prematurely because it can't accurately read with all the bubbles going on. But anyway, yeah, so this was a brutal one, and if I'm looking at my Garmin watch, I know they're not 100% accurate. I know they don't get calories right, but not just for the race. The total day I expended 5,100 calories. Claims I lost just over a gallon of water, and I averaged about 176 beats per minute throughout the 4-hour race. And obviously, you know, I have my watch set to pause, so that's not counting, you know, when I'm stopping for not transfer section, but waiting for test sections to open and stuff like that. It's only recording the rolling time, so when we're actually moving. So yeah, it was pretty brutal, and glad I finished because there was a lot of DNFs going on. And the last FTR race I'm going to do this season, I'm hopefully going to do 2 rounds of the GP series over at Waldo. Never done one of those, so looking forward to that. I'm not a big motocross guy, as you tell. There's not much moto content, but I do want to get better at that and get some seat time in, and I think it's going to help with the, you know, your intensity minutes. But anyway, it's going to be the Waldo motocross track, and then they're going to have I don't know if it's like a mile, 2 miles of wood sections, so it should be fun. But anyway, I'm not going to put a lot of video of this Enduro because, quite frankly, it's not that exciting. I was cruising a lot of the time, just trying to manage. I wasn't sprinting in many areas. A couple of times I just wake it up a little bit because it was just fun flowing trail, couldn't help myself. But I sat the most I've ever sat in a race, and like I said, it was to conserve energy. Yeah, again, just another learning lesson. I really gotta make sure I consume a little more food the next time I do an Enduro to keep my energy levels up, because I think I could have had 3rd place. But anyway, not bad race, not bad result for first time riding this bike, racing this bike. Yeah, any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing, sharing my video. It always helps me out. Anyway, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Have a good day.